Hey everyone, how's it going? Tristan here with Metroplex Bass Addicts, back with another video. If you saw the last video of me and my buddy Dustin out practicing on Lake Lavon, this is the sequel to that, I guess. This is the tournament video. Lots of things are going to happen in this video. Most of them aren't fish catches, but definitely stick around to the end because something pretty crazy happens. Some of you might have already seen it, or you might recognize what it is. Once you actually start to see it, you might have seen it on other social media platforms and stuff since it happened. So it's pretty crazy. Kind of an unfortunate situation, but definitely makes for a very interesting video. Definitely the first kind of video like this we've ever had on our channel. So just wanted to kind of put that out there real quick. We appreciate all of you watching, and we'll see you at the end of the video. Right there you go.
Okay. Nope. What? Why? I think I like it.
Oh, yeah, there's a bedfish there.
Sweet. Okay.
Feels like a decent one too. I didn't get the hook in her, so she should keep biting.
Yeah, keep going at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna work it for just a few more.
Go ahead.
If she doesn't like commit to it though, which I think she will, she's getting really pissed at it. If she doesn't, we can probably come back later and catch her.
Yeah.
But it feels like a good one.
Might as well get her now.
Yeah, if we can. That time she had it and she was like going under the dock with it for a second. But then when I set into her, she probably just had it by the tail. She's like somewhere right in there. Got her. Good one, dude. Barely got her hook. There you go.
Good catch, dude. Oh, it is shallow net, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said the other day, just pull it straight in the boat. Once you know they're in, just get it straight in the boat.
Good stuff, dude. Do you need anything with the live well?
I'll get it. Just come up here and keep us out of the grass. That's probably it. I don't know. Probably pushing 3.
Three. Good eye, too. It's good that you didn't hook her that first time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, when I saw my bait come up and I saw that the hook was like still in the plastic, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna catch this fish.
Yeah. It was 200?
Oh damn, not bad at all. How many boats was in that one?
I think same amount.
Okay. Got him. Oh, my bad, dude.
No, you're good.
I don't know if he would have kept.
Yeah, he was smaller, but bait. Okay.
Okay. I'm a little hybrid hunter. Right up against the rocks.
Now, have you ever caught it? Have you ever?
Number 2. Gonna have to figure out, we got a tow service on the way, my dad's on the way as well. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna do about this, how we're gonna get it back floating so that we can put it on the trailer and figure out what's wrong with it. Hopefully get the brand new Garmin mounts and transducers and LiveScope Plus system off there, at the very least. If it's totaled, I can hopefully get that stuff off there so that whatever boat we get next, I can put that on there, because we just spent like $6 grand getting all that and getting it all installed. So, but yeah, crazy day. So gonna end the video there, guys. I guess I'll end on the water segment of the video there. I'll put updates once I figure out what we're gonna do. I'll put updates later in the video, but appreciate y'all watching. I know this is a little bit different than any other video we've ever done. It's kind of crazy, but appreciate y'all sticking with us. Good content coming soon. All right, guys, got Dad here. Finally got the boat back on the trailer. It took about 3 hours. Had to have Dad come with the work truck. Had to have an awesome tow crew, and then just a few decent bystanders and a crappie guide. Just a bunch of people that came and helped us. But finally got it back up on the trailer, getting all of the rods and reels and tackle put up and headed home. All right, guys, I just wanted to kind of come outside real quick, show you guys the boat and kind of explain what happened. You know, there was a guy that posted my misfortune on TikTok, trying to get his 15 minutes of fame, I guess. I don't really know. Definitely not the way I would have done things. You know, it's crazy. Everyone else there was really cool. Everyone in the tournament that witnessed it, or everyone, just people that were at the lake coming off the water that had witnessed it or came in and saw what was happening, was really helpful and really awesome. You know, most of the guys in the tournament came up to me, asked if they could help, asked if I needed anything. Some guys even offered to give me baits if I lost any. Luckily I didn't, so I didn't need anything from them, but they were cool. There was a guide out there. I believe he said his name was Kyron. His guide service, I think, was called 4GH or something like that. I can't remember, unfortunately, but his name was Kyron. I do remember that. He's a crappie guide on Lake Lavon and Lake Tawakoni and a few other lakes. He stayed with us, me and my dad and the service crew, for about 5 hours and helped us get the boat out of the water and back on the trailer. And he helped other people coming in that were alone. He took their keys and backed their truck down for them so that they didn't have to sink their boat as well, trying to leave their boat on the bank while they backed their truck down alone. So shout out to him. He was an awesome guy. Shout out to the crew that came and helped us. Shout out to my dad for coming with his work truck to help me pull it out of the water and get everything squared away. You know, everyone that helped was awesome. But to the guy who posted the TikTok, really not cool, man. I don't really know what your thought process was posting that. I guess you're looking for your 15 minutes of fame. Just kind of sad when you look for that off of someone else's misfortune. So, you know, I don't want to judge you off of one kind of screwed up video that you made, but kind of disrespectful, man, and not really cool. So what makes it worse is this guy posted this TikTok, and he was one of the only guys there, I know his name now, he was one of the only guys there who never came up to me and offered me any help, and who never in the group chat for this little tournament trail that we were fishing, never said anything in the chat or offered to help me or give me any kind of help in any way, shape, or form. So, and then to top all that off, not only all that, but this guy then proceeded to, in the comments of his TikTok, tell people, because there was obviously people asking what happened, he was telling people false information. He was in the comments telling people what happened, even though he didn't witness it. He wasn't there when it happened, and he has no idea the full story or what led up to it. He's just in the comments spreading false information to try and, I don't know, I guess, add to the level of stupidity on me. I mean, I guess it makes me look more stupid if he tells people that. I don't know. He's definitely just trying to insult me even further. So yeah, just really not cool. The only thing he saw was when he came in, he saw the aftermath, the boat sitting in the water, but he never saw what happened and what led up to it. So to one, post that video, and then two, be spreading false information about me and what happened in the comments, just not cool. Definitely not the way I would have handled things, and not the way that any of the rest of the guys that were there would have handled things. But yeah, so pretty sad, dude. I hope that you think about your choices going forward, because that is not how you handle things like that, and not how you treat people, especially for someone who's supposed to be going to Dallas Baptist University, or who goes to Dallas Baptist University. You would think that they would have a higher character standard than that. But anyway, enough of that. You can see right here, guys, the boat is back on the trailer, back at the house. Of course, you know, me and my dad have spent the last little bit, when we can, cleaning it out. There was probably 2,000 pounds worth of sand and mud in the carpet and in all of the compartments of the boat. So we cleaned all that out. We washed it all out. And of course, I came out here to do this video. We had the boat airing out because we were just washing it, so it was drying. And then of course we get a rainstorm. So that's why it's out here getting rained on, unfortunately. So now it'll take a few extra days to dry out. But the boat is completely fine. There's no damage to anything. All the electronics still work. All the graphs, the live scope, the trolling motor, the motor still works. Everything still works. Because I don't know. I don't really know how, but it does. It works. I did, whenever I realized I was going down, I did turn off the motor and I cut the power to everything. So I think that might have helped save some of it. But yeah, I've checked everything multiple times since we got it back. And since we've been working on it, everything still works. There's no damage to the boat at all. The boat's in perfect condition. So that's just God looking out for me there. That was absolutely nuts. I really have nothing to say other than just thank you, Lord, because that is the only explanation I can come up with for, one, why I ended up being okay through it all, and two, why the boat ended up being okay through it all. So yeah, everything still works, and I was also able to get all my rods, reels, camera gear, tackle, everything out of the boat. And I did have to clean it all my rods and reels, and air out my tackle so it didn't rust, but it's all in good shape. It's all in perfect condition. Nothing's wrong with it. So got off super lucky. Real quick, wanted to tell you guys what happened. So Dustin, the guy I was fishing the tournament with, he had to leave. He had to leave early for a daddy-daughter dance. So I went. It was about an hour earlier than the tournament was supposed to end. Went to drop him off. The wind had shifted from the south to the west, and it was blowing like 30 miles an hour straight into the ramp. And looking back on it, I should have went to the dock. That would have been the smarter choice, to go up to the dock with the nose of the boat in the wind and drop him off there. But he had a giant tackle bag. He had like 8 or 9 rods and reels with him. He had a thermos. He had some other stuff, his wallet, keys. He had all this stuff. And I just didn't feel right trying to ask him to stand up here on the deck of the boat, which was wet because of the waves we were taking over the front while we were fishing in 4-footers. So this was wet. This was wet, and this is slick. The dock itself was wet because it was a tiny floating dock that was like a few inches above the water line, and there was 4-footers rolling into it. So I just didn't feel like it was like safe for me to ask him to jump off this boat onto that dock with all of that camera gear in those conditions. So I chose to go beach the boat for a second. Bad decision. I know that now. I learned my lesson, but I was trying to be courteous. That was my thought process behind it. It wasn't just because I was stupid like the guy on TikTok says. But went to the bank. And I honestly do think I would have been fine. I honestly think in a normal circumstance, in that same situation, I actually would have been fine, and I would have been able to get off the bank. I did get off the bank, actually. So I dropped him off. I beached the boat, dropped him off. He got all of his stuff out of the boat, and then he left. And I backed up. I got off the bank. The guy on TikTok is telling everyone that I just beached the boat and couldn't get off the bank. That is not true. That is not what happened. I did get off the bank. I got off the bank, and I was actually turned all the way around, and I was idling out. I was going to go around the corner to a protected pocket and fish the last hour of the tournament myself, and try to catch us a few more fish, because as you guys saw, we only had 2 keepers and 4 bites, and the fishing was not as good as it was in practice for us. So I was going to try to pull some late day magic, but as I was idling off the bank, I looked down at this drain here and realized water was pumping out of it way too fast, and it was coming up, and within a matter of minutes, it was up to my chest, about right here. And what I had forgotten was that this oil cap right here, this, you open this up, it takes you to my oil tanks for the 2-stroke oil for my engine. Well, this cap was not here. This is a new one that I actually just stripped off my kayak and put in here. Me and my dad did as soon as we got home, because we're not doing this again. But the old one, a few months ago, maybe half a year ago, me and my dad were going to go fishing one day. And the night before, we were loading up the boat, and then we took it off, filled the oil, and we left the cap here. And the next morning when we took off for the lake, it was still there, flew off, we didn't know, and we lost it. And then just over the last few months, sorry, camera works kind of bad, but over the last few months, we just never got around to replacing it, because we were fishing tournaments, we were doing schoolwork, my dad works, like we just had a lot going on, and it just was not in our thought process to replace that. It's such a small part of the boat. It just skipped our mind. You know, it happens, people forget things, but that was taking on water. The back of the boat was taking on water, but since that was open, every wave that came over, that's an extra probably 5 to 10 gallons of water straight into the boat, unrestricted flow through that hole. And so it allowed the boat to fill up even faster. And then for some reason, my bilge pump didn't kick on quite fast enough. So then the boat got low enough that through this hole here, because of where this sits on the back of the boat, once it got full enough and the bilge pump hadn't kicked on, this actually had sunk down low enough because of the weight of the boat with all the water, that this was completely underwater. The water line was like up to here. And so this was completely underwater, so that meant that water was just pouring in there at a constant rate. And that hole is probably 4 times the size of my bilge pump, the hole that the bilge pump kicks water out of. And since water was coming in there unrestricted at a constant rate, my bilge pump just could not keep up, and that's what ended up filling the boat up with water to the point where I sank. Luckily, I sank on the bank. So like I said, the guy on TikTok said I just couldn't, I went up to the bank, got stuck, and I couldn't get off. Like I said, that's not true. I got off the bank, I was idling around the corner, I noticed I was sinking when I was over about 35 to 40 feet of water, and I made the smart decision to turn around and go to the bank and sink the boat in 2 feet of water instead of 35 to 40 feet of water. If I had sank it in 35 to 40 feet of water, the boat would be on the bottom of the lake, it would probably be totaled, nothing would work, and I would have lost all my rods, reels, tackle, everything. Everything would be destroyed. So it was actually a smarter decision on my part to turn around, go to the bank, sink in the 2 feet of water, get everything out of the boat, and then it was much easier to get the boat out of the water and a lot cheaper. So that's what happened. don't believe everything you see on the internet. Definitely come to the source. And to the guy who posted that TikTok, make sure you know the full story before you go around posting things and calling people stupid. So I do acknowledge it wasn't the smartest decision to beach the boat on the bank. But again, like I said, I was trying to be courteous to my partner who was trying to get out of the boat. It just didn't seem safe for him to jump off that deck onto that slippery dock in that big a wave. So that's what happened. Definitely a lesson learned, but super thankful and blessed to be able to get everything out and unscathed. And once we get this rub rail back on the boat and seal it up and get her cleaned up, get the outside cleaned up, we'll be back on the water in no time. So like I said, super thankful, super blessed, and we appreciate y'all watching. So I know kind of a crazy video, but got two tournaments coming. We got Bass Champs on Ray Roberts in a few days, and then after that we have Team Trail Outdoors Stop 3 on Lake Texoma. So we're 4th in Angler of the Year on the Team Trail Outdoors side of things. 4th in Angler of the Year out of like 200 something. We're trying to really make a run at Angler of the Year this year on one of the 2 regional pro circuits. And then Bass Champs, I think we're 38th because we kind of had that slip up at Fork. But other than that, we've cashed a check in every event, every regional pro event we fished this year. So hopefully that trend continues. Hopefully we can make a push at AOY and TTO, and hopefully we can finish both trails strong. And hopefully we get good content for you guys. So we appreciate y'all watching and sticking around with us, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine, yeah, I ain't taking orders in command.